And now it's time for No Fence Riding, sponsored by the Fort Worth Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Dallas Sports Show. Time now for No Fence Riding. I got a series of statements to present to our esteemed panel, and they have to decide which side of the fence they land on. As Mike mentioned earlier, no waffling. So let's get it started with something I feel like it might be a little controversial. The return of college football is overrated. Yeah, college football, where the preseason's rankings are made up, but somehow the losses still matters. And I don't know who else ran into this yesterday. But first college football weekend, Saturday, everyone's hyped up. I'm flipping channels. I'm trying to find a good game. Everything's 52-0. Maybe there's one that's one score. The Vanderbilt-Virginia Tech game was okay for the early window, but Georgia turned the Clemson game into a blowout. I didn't get a lot out of the opening weekend that I felt like I was ready for, and I feel like, as usual, I'm waiting for about 6 weeks down the line when these matchups really matter. Now, granted, Texas-Michigan next week is a different story, but Clarence, I'll start with you. What do you think on this?
Who's your team? Who's your team?
Who's my team? Michigan, technically, but and Michigan and DSU,
okay.
Yeah, stuff like that.
We got two sides of the coin now. All right, I didn't realize that.
I'm feeling great. That's all I'm saying.
Is Michigan your team? I just want to know, is Michigan team?
Sure, I'm this close to disowning. I'm like Astros fans should disown the Astros after the cheating scandal, but you know what? We'll take the national championship however we can get it.
And the only reason I say that is when you have a team, when you truly have a team, this is Christmas. I'm sorry. I was waiting for college football, and starting Thursday night with the Colorado game to what we saw this weekend. And my friend was mad at it's 52-0. Why are you watching? Why are you watching the backups? Because I like to watch the backups. I want to see if somebody gets hurt to go into the game against Michigan. I want to see what my backup does. Okay, so I want to see that. But the Notre Dame A&M game. I mean,
that was good.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt upset.
Yeah, I have to disagree with you too, Andrew, just because for me, it's I don't have any college football allegiances, but as purely a football fan, college football's return just kind of feels as part of the ramp up to football season. It's always before week one of the NFL. So you're kind of meaningful football is finally in the air. And it just, like Clarence said, the best example really is it's December 25th. Like it is Christmas morning.
And Saad, I know you're a cold weather guy too, so it's a sign that finally we're getting to that point that the heat's about to go away too. I'm with you guys. Like, it's football season. Sure, are all of the matchups sexy? No.
Most of them aren't for the first, month of the season. That's all I'm saying.
But there's still enough of them that it's worth watching. Ashton Jeanty is the kid from Boise State. Local kid, went to Frisco Lone Star. 6 freaking touchdowns yesterday. That dude is unreal. Heisman potential.
All right. We'll stay in college football, though, for topic number 2. And this one gets a little bit more interesting, I think. College football is too much of a professional product. And this isn't even necessarily paying players and everything that's come out of NIL. And we can get into the ramifications of that another time because I have a lot to say about that specifically. But when you've got Miami, who has a 9-year senior on the roster, and they're all pumping this up like it's a huge story because he's been injured 3 times and he finally gets his 4 years of college scholarship. I'm going, he's 26 years old playing with some of these kids that are just coming out of high school that are 18. Then all of a sudden you got an active transfer portal, so it's hard to really glom onto people for more than one specific year. Now you have a fully fledged playoff system, which you've all been waiting for. But to me, I feel like we're 5 years away from dropping the NCAA label entirely and just calling it minor league football.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with all your points there. I understand where you're coming from, but I really don't have too much of a problem with it because there is no minor league for the NFL. So for me to view it that way, I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, I remember watching Shane Buechele, and it felt like that guy was in college football for a decade, with just how much he moved around. And he was and I know he was in the state of Texas the whole time. So there was that. But yeah, I can see what you're talking about, but I guess I don't really have an issue with that, even though I understand your points there.
Clarence, jump in here.
Well, I think some of these is COVID related because a lot of people have the COVID extra year, and there's people that are playing longer. And I think those are fewer and far between. But let's be honest, it's always been pro football. The amateurism has been a sham. It's been a sham for the universities and the networks, and Nike and their players were getting nothing. It's always been a sham. So it's always been professional sports. They've been paying under the table. You know what NIL stands for? Now it's legal.
If the amateurism was part of your draw to college football, then there was probably a certain amount of willful ignorance here
Sure, of course.
to that, because to Clarence's point, it's always kind of been this way. It's just now we're taking the blinders off. Now we're taking the governor off. And there probably does need to be some guardrails put in place in some form with the transfer portal and with NIL.
QR codes on the helmets and all
well,
that.
Well, and they wiped that out. The NCAA said no to that at like the 11th hour. We want to watch fun football games. Did anybody really care that Eric Dickerson had a Trans Am?
Well, this station
No, it
did.
made no difference to what was happening on the field. We just wanted to watch football.
They're Lamborghinis now.
Exactly. But who cares? Yeah.
Lambos.
We've got to say goodbye to our panel. Saad and Clarence, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys being here, helping us kick off the first show of the fall 2024 season. Fellas, great job. We appreciate you guys being here.
Thank you. And I just want to say, I'm here with a heavy heart for Darren Burks, the police officer in Dallas that was killed. He was a friend of mine. He's a frat brother of mine. And that's really taken a toll on the community.
Amen, Clarence. Amen, 100%. Our thoughts are absolutely with his family and with the Dallas Police Department for sure. I appreciate you saying that very, very much. Fellas, thank you guys so much. We will be back on the Ultimate Dallas Sports Show right after this.